Kirsten Gillibrand has carved out a distinctive path in American politics, known for her evolution from centrist House Democrat to progressive standard-bearer in the Senate. Representing New York since 2009, Gillibrand's trajectory illustrates the shifting ideological landscape of both her state and the broader Democratic Party. Born on December 9, 1966, in Albany, New York, Kirsten Elizabeth Rutnick was raised in a politically active family. Her grandmother, Dorothea Noonan, was a powerful figure in Albany's Democratic machine, and her father was a lobbyist. After attending Emma Willard School, a prestigious all-girls preparatory academy, Gillibrand went on to Dartmouth College, where she graduated magna cum laude in Asian Studies. She later earned her JD from UCLA School of Law and began her legal career at the high-profile Manhattan firm Davis Polk & Amp, Wardwell, before entering public service. Gillibrand's first elected office was in the U.S. House of Representatives, where she served New York's 20th Congressional District, a conservative-leaning area in the Hudson Valley, after her surprise victory in 2006. During her tenure in the House, she was known for centrist positions, including support for gun rights and opposition to some immigration reforms. However, when she was appointed to the Senate in 2009 to fill Hillary Clinton's seat after Clinton became Secretary of State, her political orientation began to shift. Over the years, Gillibrand has become a prominent voice on progressive issues, particularly women's rights, military justice reform, and transparency in government. She was among the first senators to advocate for repealing "Don't Ask, Don't Tell," and has been an outspoken critic of sexual assault within the military, repeatedly introducing legislation to shift the handling of assault cases out of the chain of command. Her work in this area won bipartisan respect, though the legislation took years to advance in a meaningful way. Gillibrand's visibility increased significantly during the Trump era, as she emerged as a vocal opponent of the administration's policies. She voted against many of Trump's nominees and consistently emphasized reproductive rights, healthcare access, and economic justice in her messaging. In 2019, she launched a bid for the Democratic presidential nomination, though her campaign failed to gain traction, and she withdrew before the Iowa caucuses. Still, her run solidified her reputation as a national figure, and she remains active in Democratic Party circles. She was re-elected in 2018 and again in 2024. Gillibrand currently serves on several influential Senate committees, including the Armed Services Committee, the Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee, and the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. These assignments reflect her continuing interest in national security and rural economic development, an unusual combination that bridges her upstate roots and her current position as a statewide representative. Ideologically, Gillibrand is best described as center-left. While she has moved away from some of her earlier centrist stances, particularly on gun control and immigration, she has not aligned herself fully with the more combative wing of the progressive movement. Instead, she occupies a pragmatic progressive lane, often working across the aisle on military and family policy, while remaining staunchly progressive on gender equity and civil rights. Gillibrand's voting record reflects this balance. She's a reliable Democratic vote on key issues like judicial appointments, climate policy, and economic relief efforts, but she also focuses on bipartisan legislation, especially around issues affecting service members and families. She has advocated for paid family leave, universal pre-K, and greater accountability in federal agencies. What distinguishes Gillibrand most, however, is her persistent focus on women's issues, not just rhetorically, but legislatively. She helped lead the charge for the Family and Medical Insurance Leave, Family Act, and continues to prioritize legislation aimed at expanding protections for survivors of sexual assault, both in the military and beyond. Kirsten Gillibrand's story is one of political adaptation and principled advocacy. From her beginnings in a conservative-leaning House district to her role today as one of the Senate's most vocal champions for women and families, she represents a unique fusion of New York's urban progressivism and upstate pragmatism. Her Senate career continues to evolve, shaped by both her own ambition and the ever-shifting terrain of American politics. Next up in our series, we'll cover Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina.